Hey YouTube, this is Good Vibes Only. I'm gonna show you how to replace the fuel pump and fuel filter on a 2003 Jeep Liberty Sport. It's pretty positive it's the same as 2002 and maybe 2004. The first thing you will do is flashlight. This little cap right there. It's a little valve cap. Take that off. It's the first thing you have to do. Take that off. Get a little needle nose, anything a little sharp, and it's going to be like a little bubble. I can take it off real quick. There we go. It's really easy. It's kind of like a tire pressure spot. So it's right there. You just poke that in and it'll squirt out a little bit of fuel, but you gotta get that extra pressure of fuel out. Not exactly sure why, but that's what they say. And I'm making this video because I did some other stuff that's different than all the other videos, because the other videos are not the best, that's for sure. So first thing, you gotta do that, crack it open, stick a needle nose in there and bleed it out. After that, just put the cap back on. Next thing is, we'll just pretend, I won't show you guys this yet because it's gonna look confusing. Okay, so you take the rug off, just like this. There's gonna be, I don't know what it's called, like rivets, I think it's rivets, but they're on these little spots right there, right there, but they sit right there and right there. You just need to drill that out or just pry it open, doesn't really matter, and then fold it up like this so you have room. The easiest way to get this off, I don't have a heat gun, but they say use a heat gun. Even if you did use a heat gun, I think it would have been much slower. But I just use a little grinder, grind it off just a little bit, all around. You'll easily see the outline of this because you can see it. But yeah, grind it all, just cut a little bit, the outline, and then just start kind of cutting through it. Then you can use a chisel or a pry bar and pry it open. And it's really easy. It's not hard. And the other thing is, no one does this on YouTube, so I'm going to show you guys this. Cut right here to right there to there, because then you can pry this open just like that. You have so much room. And the fuel filter is being held on this one 10 millimeter nut. If you go underneath the vehicle and try to remove it, it is very, very difficult because there's too much crap in the way. And depending on your Jeep, it could be really rusted. And that's what mine was. So my buddy came through and I guess we kind of figured out, let's just cut this, and he took it off really easy. So I suggest you guys doing this. This is being held on two 10 millimeter nuts, This thing was completely rusted and stripped, so I pry it off so I can have more room. You guys don't have to do that, but you guys can, because it's just going to be sitting there. Fuel filter looks like this. That's where that nut sits. So it goes in. It's going to sit like this inside. There's a tube right there that connects to right there. You just unplug that. Just pretend this is sitting like that. There's more in there. These are hooked up to the fuel pump. I'll explain it in a bit. But yeah, 10 milliliter socket takes this off. It's fairly easy. And then the fuel pump sits exactly like this. Exactly like this. So those two connectors connects to these two. And then there's a sensor right there. I just shoved it back in there, but that connects to that. This this hose connects to right here, and the O-ring or the lock ring or whatever, the fuel pump is going to sit exactly like somewhat like this. So these notches right here, you can just see. So there's one right there. There's one right there. There's 4 of them. Right. Actually, I think there's more than 4. So these are the ones, little notches or whatever. But those sit in. They sit in right there. Just imagine if it was actually all the way through. But you use a flathead screwdriver or a chisel, and you hit right there, that little notch right there. Right there, there. This is a little tight squeeze when this is right here, but we took it off by hitting right there, and there. Somewhat right there, but we didn't really hit this side. And it came off really easy, somewhat easy. Because at first I was hitting these ones right here, and it just bented it up, and you have to rebent it, and then do it all over again and again and again. But yeah, we hit it right there. Those ones, you can see it slowly move out, and then it'll come really loose. Once it's really loose, it's off. Like, you'll know when it's off. Okay. The fuel pump. So this is the fuel pump, and then this is a module, I guess. Fuel pump module. This is the power for this, so the gas can go through the gas lines and everything. But to get this out, there's a little latch or whatever right here. Kind of squeeze it and pull up. And then they say you're supposed to put a flathead screwdriver right there and disconnect it. I didn't do that. I I kind of just, so it's sitting in the gas tank like this. Take that notch, I guess, whatever, up, and then you kind of just slide it over. I was trying to like pull up, but it's locked in by like right here and right here on the bottom of the gas tank. So you just slide it over and this whole thing will come out. If you're replacing the fuel pump only, then the only thing you would have to technically do is disconnect this piece right here. This. Or unless you can keep all that. Oh yeah. I'm not sure. I just bought this whole thing to make it easier, especially if you broke this piece. So you can't put that back on. So I just went on eBay, found a fuel pump whole kit like this for $90, and the Jeep that I bought it from only had 86,000 miles on it. It must have had a car accident, something like that. But that's how you do that. Then obviously you put everything back together, but before that you have to grind off all of the old silicone or glue, whatever they put on. Grind it all off. Grind somewhat like stuff in here, make it clean. Grind this all off because there's silicone everywhere on here. It makes it much easier to put it back together. I've been waiting for the parts to come in the mail, so my nuts are kind of been soaking in WD-40 just because it makes it easier for me when I put it back together. So yes, so you just bleed underneath the hood, the vehicle, bleed that little valve. There's going to be, like, at least on this Jeep, barely any gas came out. Then you cut open this slowly. Don't want to go all the way through and shit. And then cut right here, pry it open. Disconnect all the hoses and plugs and everything from the fuel pump and the fuel filter. 10 millimeter nut. If you want to take this, it's the same thing, but it's most likely going to be rusted, and I just pry it open and broke it basically. Okay, and then hit the lock ring from that little edges with a flathead screwdriver or a chisel. I did a chisel because it's more, I don't know, thicker, bigger, so it's not gonna, slip. After that, you pull the fuel pump out. It's just that one notch. Then you slide it, and it's somehow, because you could see right there. So right there and there, it gets basically locked in by that. So you kind of just slide it over, and it's free. Gas tank's a little dirty. It's okay. And then grind everything off. I grinded this off too and made it nice and cleaner, I guess. That's all good. I sprayed electronic spray so it's not as dirty. And then after that, put everything away, put it together. Put silicone. You could, what I did is put seafoam. I dumped it in the gas tank. So it's going to sit in there until I get the part, and it runs, cleans it out even better. But once everything's put together, put this back. Then you can try to get with 100% silicone. I just use this one, window and door. 100% waterproof and freeze and sunproof. So it's strong. You might have to, I'm not sure yet because I haven't done it yet, but if you have something really heavy like a brick or blocks or something like that, hold it down. Then you can put the silicone all around there, let it dry up, then put the carpet back, and then you can also get the mystery oil, put it in your oil, have that run, have it cleaned up, and I think that's about it. I mean, make sure the gasket is all good and cleaned. Make sure that where the gasket sits is nice and clean. Cleaned it out already. It was really bad, really dirty in there. Make sure it doesn't fall in. Most of this stuff was kind of already in here. I mean, obviously some probably went in there when I was trying to do the fuel pump, but pretty sure most of it was already in here. I also took this off just to see what's in here because I was kind of curious, and it's just hollow. It's not that bad. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to see if it's dirty or plugged or anything like that. But yes, that's about it, guys. It doesn't take too long. If you guys do this way, it would go faster. I kind of screwed up because some videos are really crappy because they would go underneath the vehicle and like, yeah, this is a fuel filter and everything is in the way if you go underneath the vehicle. So the best way is to, at least for you guys, so I can show you guys, cut this open. You guys can see the fuel filter. It sits right there. Hose is right there. Spots right there that holds it. Yeah, it's pretty damn easy. They didn't really show how to take this off. They didn't show how to take the fuel pump out. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm kind of just been waiting on the parts, so that's why this is not in yet. And just be careful if you do this, because I accidentally put some stuff in there, damn it. Just be careful. You don't want your fucking gas tank to blow up. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I will respond back. But yeah, you guys you can buy a brand new fuel pump. This is an actual fuel pump. That's just a cover and to power it. I would suggest to replace the whole thing because maybe the sensor is bad or something's right here is bad. I don't know. You just never know. Especially if you break it, then you have to replace it because it's not going to lock in. Oh yeah. To get the fuel filter lines off of these is just a pinch, both sides, pinch it and pull it. One of them was kind of a struggle, but it's really easy. I did get a new vehicle. Had to get a Toyota FJ Cruiser. So much better than my Jeep. Ugh. Also, I had a Hummer. Yeah, it's a lot better. Really nice. Slowly upgrading it. But yeah. See you later, guys.